Polar Fest is all about embracing winter, and that has some athletes taking things to the next level. Kendra Stritch is here, and she's a Minnesota native and competitive ice climber. You're joining us today to tell us about how Minnesota is actually a wonderful place for ice climbing. And it sounds like there are places in Minnesota I've never looked, but tell us about where you might go if you wanted to try this.
Yes, there's actually 3 ice parks in Minnesota, as well as natural ice climbing waterfalls or seeps that are frozen in the winter. So there's an ice park in Duluth, one in Sandstone, and one in Winona. And all 3 locations you can go out and try out by yourself, or there are guide agencies and other groups that have all the equipment, and you can come out and try it out with a professional.
And so you have experience ice climbing all over the world. What was a favorite spot for you?
Man, in the Italian Dolomites, there's just this little tiny canyon that has ice covering both sides of the canyon.
Wow.
It's like a 10-minute walk right outside of a little town, and it was just beautiful, but also easy to get to. And the Canadian Rockies up in the Banff, Jasper area is another mecca for ice climbing. I lived up there for a few years, just beautiful.
And now it is a bigger thing in Minnesota than I realized even. There's a festival for it, correct?
There is. We actually have 3 festivals.
Wow.
Or 2 festivals, 3 next year. And yeah, so it's very easy to come and try it out at the festivals. They're in January and February usually. And if you Google Minnesota ice climbing, you usually end up on them.
So that's fantastic. Now, can you tell me about the things that you brought with you today?
Sure. These are speed ice climbing tools. They're for competitions. And we don't swing these because of the steep angle. They actually just dig into the ice, and we literally run up the ice. It's a vertical sprint. It's very fun, very exciting, very fast.
It's a little dangerous,
yeah,
but probably a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. And you know, I actually take out the kids on these. There's some 6-year-old girls that come out ice climbing, and these make it real easy for them to not have to swing, and they can still climb up the ice. And these are competition boots. These front points are actually for our lead competition, so that's when it gets difficult the higher you go. For speed, we have 2 points, but these are just lightweight competition boots.
And then of course, just for safety, you also have a harness, usually a helmet as well.
Correct, always a helmet, harness, and you know, we're on top rope, so the rope is above us for speed climbing, and for lead climbing, we clip in about every 4 or 5 feet. So it is very safe. When you come out and try out the natural ice climbing, it can be very safe as well here in Minnesota.
So if somebody wants to try this, you know, it's not as dangerous as it looks. It looks like you actually can, you know, get into it, be fairly safe when you're doing it, give it a shot, because it sounds like it could be a really good addition to the things that we normally think about doing during the winter.
Yes.
And you get to see some beautiful locations.
It's very unique. And the perspective that you can see when you're up on the ice, you can never be there during the summer. You know, it's either wet or not there at all. And in the winter, you get to be in unique places.
So ice climbing to a gold medal with ice climber Kendra Stritch. You're doing something in Detroit Lakes. When is that? Where is that? How can we find you?
Tonight, as part of Polar Fest at the Public Library, 7 to 8 p.m. I'm going to have more of the equipment. I'm going to share photos and videos from around the world, from the competitions, and I'd love to see everybody.
Now, you competed also at the Ice Climbing World Cup.
Yes.
What was that like?
It's amazing. The events are unique and stunning, and the people that you meet, the other athletes, we call it the World Cup family, and I'm going to really share a lot of that tonight. It's an amazing community. And in December of 2014, I won a gold medal for the speed climbing at the World Cup in Bozeman, Montana.
How amazing is it to compete on a global level and then you won the medal? That's just, it's incredible. If nothing else, I mean, it at least inspires me to want to watch more of these competitions and maybe get out there and try it myself.
Yes, you should come out and try it. I'd be happy to take you anytime.
Oh, that sounds so fun.
And many of the competitions are on YouTube. Under UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup. So you can just go online and watch the competitions.
Fantastic. Well, Kendra, thank you so much for joining us. If you want to check out that event, it's at the Detroit Lakes Public Library. Now, coming up on today's show, we'll finish up with your daily dose of motivation, as if you need more.